Hello there. And here we are on day 133 in the Old Testament reading from Judges. And guess what I've got to talk about? The crazy story of Samson and Delilah. I won't repeat the story because hopefully you've read it. But the main points are that Samson was anointed by God. He was dedicated to God from birth. He was a Nazarite. They took vows, and the essence of a Nazarite vow was that you were never to have your hair cut. You were to let your hair grow wild, which is kind of a physical thing, which speaks of, in a sense, being wild for God and being out there and being committed and being, totally there. You weren't allowed to touch anything any dead body, which again, spiritually, don't go near anything that makes you spiritually die. And you weren't allowed to drink alcohol or anything to do with grapes or fermented wine or anything like that, so that nothing should influence you more than God. And Samson, first of all, he managed to break the first two of those, and then he meets Delilah. He falls in love with her, and for money, she wants to betray him. And twice, she asks him, "What's the secret of your strength?" Because he was amazingly strong, and he lies to her. And then the third time he says, "It's on my head, it's my hair." What does that mean for us spiritually? I think what that means for us spiritually is the secret of our strength is our relationship with God. The secret of our strength is our prayer life, is our reading of the word. The secret of our spiritual strength is seeking to walk with him day by day. And we've got to be really ruthless in defending that. Don't let your spiritual hair get cut. Don't skimp on prayer or reading the word or doing what we're doing now, because your spiritual strength will go, and then the enemy will defeat you, and then sin will overtake you, and then all of that stuff will happen. And that's what happened to poor old Samson. And then when the Philistines got him, they gouged out his eyes, and he then became blind. And when we start falling into sin, when we start walking away from Jesus, when we stop reading our Bibles, when we stop praying, when we stop having a daily relationship with him, we start to become spiritually blind. And then we can't see things as they really are. And then we can get, and then it's hard to know where we're going spiritually. And the secret for being able to see properly what's going on in the world and what's going on in our lives is revelation from God, is to be able to listen to his voice and to walk with him. And then the sad story ends as his hair grows back. He's in this place where they're mocking him and they're making him perform and whatever that means. And then he pulls the pillars apart. And the saddest bit of the story for me is what it says at the end. Samson killed more Philistines in his death than in the whole of his life. And in the end, he did something to a bunch of people that were absolutely evil, but it was at the cost of himself. And the encouragement and the warning for me and for us is keep walking with Jesus. Don't be complacent. Don't let any Delilahs, however that works. And I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about anything that would come and rob us, the enemy to rob us of our relationship with Jesus. Don't give it away in. Stay close, stay near. That way we'll be able to see things as they are, and that way we won't mess up. Take care. See you soon.